Good morning everyone and welcome to another Warhammer Underworlds battle report called Sharpening the Razors. So it was time for another casual meeting report, and this time we started tonight by playing Cyreni's Razors in the Nemesis format with a dig build of our rivals and Force of Frost Universals. Now, as this was a bit of a last moment decision to take them along, I thought I wanted to play rifles with Skate, but we're gonna play Nemesis. So the deck is built around staggering and spellcasting objectives, so let's see how it goes. The first game of the evening was against Michael and his Starbolt Stalkers, who mixed in the new Rhineworm's Bite deck. The Starbolt Stalkers are all about speed and objective scoring, so my aim was to go for the little ones as soon as possible. With the board staggered, this did limit my hammer tide action though. Well, that was the last thing I did. And then the troll followed up, finishing the first skink and the first blood to the Idenif. However, the Saurus warrior quickly avenged the little guy and getting inspired in the process, knocking my warrior out. Using its super speed ploy, the leader of the Stalkers raced over the whole board, scoring an objective in my half and preventing me from scoring the one that I had for not having enemies in my half. But the first round ended with a 4-2 lead for Cyreni's Razors. In the second round, my squid and troll decided to make total idiots of themselves, as a combined attack failed to take out a single simple skink. Luckily, Cyreni did better, pelagic blasting the skink leader out of the game. But this left her unfortunately exposed for the big Saurus warrior, and even though the troll came to the aid of the big beast, he couldn't stop him, leaving her exposed for the charge in the third turn, but we still barely led with 6-5. I had to take a gamble though at the third turn, because able to play some ploys I needed to be not to be inspired, meaning I had to pass first turn to the Lizardman and hope that the Saurus would miss. He duly did so with his main attack, but the bite pushed me back into the little hex and took Cyreni out. There went the great gamble. In hindsight, maybe I just should have taken the first turn and tried to knock it out before, skipping the ploys. With the troll also being eliminated after some epic misses, it was poor Kepanir now alone on the board to salvage the situation, and he failed to take out the chameleon skink even with his 4 dice and ensnare. The result, an 8-8 draw in the end, and a lot of internal cursing on my side on the many botched attack rolls. But it was a fun game, and some lessons are being learned as we're going. So for the second game, because, well, I played two, I faced Peter and his Godsorn hunt with a malevolent mask stick. He had taken this disc, as the masks are easy upgrades to inspire his fighters, and again, the board was staggered. The game started well, with a troll immediately taking down his javelineer, as the others advanced but didn't cause any more casualties bar some wounds left and right. Peter in return focused all his efforts on Kepanir, downing the squeak. But in return, as I could now activate again, I killed his leader Phaedra in the second game where Cyreni takes out a rival. I got a jealous little girl here on my hands, it seems. So that meant the first round led at a 5-3 lead for the Idenif as a result. The second round was mostly dominated by an epic duel between Cyreni and Grendam, but he returned from the dead after he was blasted out by her, making one final attack with it's the mask card that you can come back and make one action, and downing Cyreni. The scouts were told to unleash her final curse, and as that was the fourth spell of the phase, scoring me big, as it would also allow me the card. I've already scored for having 3 players out of action, 3 fighters out of action, so that meant 5 points in her final moment. An honorable death for my leader indeed. With this epic duel, a massive 15-7 lead was now on the board for the Razors, and it would be a matter of holding on to this during the final turn. A final turn that would be fought by 2 lone survivors, Shant on his side and Ringlaive at mine. Ringlaive managed to wound Shant, but with some pushes coming into play couldn't avoid him and was taken down. The Hunt Masks combination started to use its final activations to score some more cards, while I cycled through the remainder of my objective deck. It was also basically the first time my whole objective deck was used. Peter scored all the way up to 14 points, but even while that was not enough to win, I could also score the no enemy in my territory and ended with a 16-14 victory. The Razors had it on, but only barely in the final turn, and brought back their first victory home. So what did I learn? First and foremost, compared to Elaphanes, they have far less effective defense with only a single die on all the 3 Idenif, whether inspired or not. On the other hand, the fact that they are more frequently inspired than Elaphane does give benefits, and they are also a lot less aggressive to play though, so I need to think a bit more carefully in future games. Softening up big enemies within my reach attacks while keeping an eye on the easy pickings as I do 2 damage across the board standard. Perhaps stepping away from my elephant tactic of grabbing the little ones first. So yeah, that's generally the idea, but they are a fun band to play, although different. I didn't use Hammer Tide that much during the games, once in each. The first hit on a skink and then to take out the Godshorn Hunt leader. But yeah, great band, and I'm definitely gonna play them a lot more. So thanks for listening, and see you back next time. Bye bye.